So how do you become a person who does art daily? It's a big question, and I know lots of you are really keen to find the answer out to this. And there's two ways to look at this. There's a practical side of it, in becoming a self-propelled artist, that's the way I think of it. But there's also an internal shift, and that internal shift is really important because some actions are part of our identity and they're how we think of ourselves. So if you think of being a smoker or a non-smoker, or a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian, or a fell runner or a non-fell runner, that's part of who you are. So for example, I'm vegetarian, and that means, if I go out to eat somewhere, I don't think, oh, shall I eat the vegetarian option today, or shall I have a steak? I just think I'll have the vegetarian option because I'm vegetarian. I don't have to think about it. There's no willpower involved. It's just easy and straightforward because it's part of who I am. And becoming a practicing artist, becoming self-propelled in your art, is exactly the same in many ways. And the key to getting to this condition is to rewire your brain. Now that sounds kind of painful and difficult and maybe like the surgery involved, but it's actually surprisingly easy. Because recent research has been looking at what they call neuroplasticity, how you change your brain. And they found that if you want to change something like your identity, it's about changing the pathways from one idea to another through how that idea travels through your brain. And you can create these new pathways simply by repeating actions. So habitually you think one way and you've thought that way a lot, so it's like a motorway up through your brain. But if you keep creating this new action, this new identity, then it makes a new, first of all a sort of little footpath, and then a small road, and then a big road, and eventually you'll have a new motorway. And all we need to do is repeat it, this action that you want. So if you make art, it's about 28 to 30 times, and daily is great because then you get those repetitions in quickly. So if you do that, just a couple of minutes a day, it doesn't need to be complicated art at this stage. The idea is just to build up this habit. And so all you need to do is do 2 minutes of drawing a day for 30 days and you'll be a practicing artist. And doing it for 30 days creates this new pathway so that becomes then part of your brain. It's literally wired into who you are as a person biologically. And if you keep going and repeat it, it's about another 70 times. I think it's 67 technically, but call it 70. So it's like 100 days altogether. Then your new pathway becomes the dominant one. It replaces the old one. And then, it's really hardwired into you that you are an artist. So you could start with a couple of minutes a day for a month, and then within 2 to 3 months, you will be a self-propelled artist. It's as easy as that. And this shift is built into how I develop all of my programs, so that you're learning, what's useful to learn to become, somebody who makes really interesting art, but also you're becoming the person you need to be by getting these repetitions in. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like some support to get over this first hurdle, because I know 30 repetitions, it's not always easy to start with because you are building up this new muscle, this new habit. But if you'd like to get started with me, then the first step would be to sign up for Get Set Create, and that will help you to set the stage for your first 30 days. So sign up now to reserve your place, and I'll see you there. Bye for now.